Boom. Twitter.
We hot.
Yeah, we are.
You not.
I'm not hot.
No.
Thank you, bro. Where's love? Where is the love from Brother Phillips? Where is the love? Brother Phillips. I give you goosies. All right, here we go. And I don't want to hear myself sing. I was about ready to kick in.
On Wall Street, they're up by 30 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
2 minutes.
2 minutos. Woman vanishes on roller coaster. That would suck. Wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Found on the ground.
Yeah. Looking like a pancake. What? What's up, YouTube? What's up,
Evening,
Facebook?
everybody.
And what is up, my Twitter freaks? Dude, what is this? Somebody wrote something to me and tagged abnormal realities, and it's all in a different language. Is there like a translator?
I have no idea what that is and why it does that.
Did you see it?
Oh, I see it. Hey, Leprechaun.
What up, Lep?
What up, Thomas Becker?
Becker of Thomas.
Mom.
Rads in the Nads sounds like a grunge band name. Yeah, it does. Meat, shake, slug. I want that name. Meat
1 minute.
Un momento. World's worst first date ever. What's up, Megan? Stephen Payne, Thomas Becker. What's up, Miss Dixie? Why do I gotta say it like that every time?
I don't know.
What's up, Miss Dixie?
It's one of them southern things.
Some things. What's up, Chet? Doug Stack, what's happening? Winky dinky do. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. All right. What's up, Jamie? Oh. Hi. All right, let me see if I can do this on time here.
All right, here we go.
800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocci Stucci.
I'm sorry, Mr. Announcer. Brother Ron Phillips goes by Big Sexy, so we need to make sure you get your... You know what I just noticed?
Petey's back.
There seems to be so much space.
Yeah, Petey's back. I didn't want to put Daryl up there tonight.
Sorry,
Daryl's
Daryl.
ass is right here in my face.
Look at him. Look at you. He is.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
pissed.
he's over there going,
What's up, everybody?
welcome to Abnormal Realities,
evening.
abnormalrealities.com. By the way, folks, we're doing a little promo this week. We got a whole bunch of rules. If you share the show...
Did you see who shared last night?
No, who shared?
It wasn't a question. It
yeah.
was a question, but did you?
Yeah, it's
did
super
you
simple. You just click the share link. You put me on...
You were supposed to go make sure.
Yeah, we just copy it, and then we put all the names
Did
in
you
the
do
hat.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'll do it later, though. I promise you I will. Share the show.
So you have time to go back and share the old show. if you
Yep.
have to.
Yeah, and you can. But now if you're sharing on YouTube, I seen that Roger Rabbit yesterday did make a comment that it's kind of hard for us to validate who shares on YouTube. But share it anyways. Let us know you shared it, and we will believe you. So Roger Rabbit, name in the hat. If you share on Facebook, we'll go and we're going to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. We are doing a drawing, legitimate drawing.
Yes.
For a T-shirt. Is that what we're doing?
T-shirt.
So Abnormal Realities.
You'll get your
t-shirt.
choice of the logo with the two guys on it, the two heads. This one, or you'll get the new Abnormal Realities logo. We kind of use both of them.
Yep, that's what we do because we're
one
abnormal.
of them's easier to engrave. I'll just go that way with it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
However, the coffee mug.
Yep.
Rocky's going to show it to you. That is now on our store. It links off to Romika Designs where you can purchase that if you want it. Just go out there, punch the button, and because we're affiliates of our sponsor, Romika Designs, we get the commission. Yes, we do.
Oh, dude, I see how that works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Well, you know what? There are benefits to owning a business. Also, folks, do not forget, visit the website. All the podcasts are right there. You can find the podcasts on all the major networks. You can catch us on OpsLens. You can catch us on Odyssey. You can catch us on Jelco Radio. You can catch us on iHeartRadio by searching Mojo 50 Radio, Mojo 50 TV, Mojo50.com. And
we're on a couple of Facebook pages. We're
everywhere.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to be everywhere.
It's kind of scary, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and we keep watching for our what is it called? A premiere show?
Yeah, it should be launched this week on Spreaker.
On Spreaker.
So we will be a premiere highlighted show on Spreaker, which is kind of cool. You know, I mean, it's cool.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we do. Cool stuff. I am trying to actually, and I don't know if I'm connected or not. It doesn't look like I'm connected, so you probably don't have me up because you don't love me enough anymore.
Why? Yeah, right here.
You see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
you want to show something?
Well, I wanted to show this right here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which one? Right here.
Oh, no, it didn't connect.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll just move on, and we'll do this another
Here,
day.
I'll see if I can grab it. I don't know why it's not showing.
No, it's not connect. Oh, wait, settings. What do I do? Loophole. Okay. All right. Show cursor. Boom. We're out. Yeah, it's not connecting because my computer obviously isn't cool for your Macs.
Hey, man. Sorry.
What?
I don't know why it's not.
So, we got some cool stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I've been having kind of a rough week, Ron.
But why?
I don't know. I'm tired. But what's really cool is Ron and I are going to be taking a trip up to the Twin Cities. Yes, we are going to the third world country of the Twin Cities. There is some. Oh, speaking of,
telepathically,
you feeling me?
I sent that to you.
I felt
whatever
that.
it is you're about to say.
No.
Oh, okay.
It didn't. And Ron said, "My psychic vibes." What did you say? Call my psychic vibes earlier.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty offensive. You hurt my feelings because I thought I was picking up
Lord.
psychic stuff, and then you said something about butts. No, so Ron and I are going up the weekend of October 23rd. We are going to be at the Phantoms Feast. That is going to be Saturday night. We are going to be getting up on stage after Jim Cunningham does this amazing show. So if you get the tickets, folks, understand something. It's a double package deal, right? You get to watch this haunted, spooktacular show, Phantom's Feast, with our brother, our dear friend, Jim Cunningham. And then afterwards, Ron and I are going to get up on stage, and we're going to give a little spiel, because that's what we do. We give spiels.
I'm a spiel guy.
Yeah, I feel that right now. And then we're going to take some of you beautiful people out on the Renaissance grounds and go to 3 different locations and do some spirit box action. And the whole visual, the fall, the moon, the lights, the darkness,
I can't wait. You guys, if you come to it, you'll get to experience it right along with me. So this will be fun.
It will be fun. And I hope you guys can make it. I'm not even joking. Show up and hang out with us. And then Sunday, we're going to be at your Russo's Italian restaurant, and we are going to be doing a live broadcast from there, bringing history back to life. You guys heard us talk about it. We talked about Sweet Hollow. We talked about the dark history. There's a lot of dark history in St. Paul, Minnesota, back in the bootlegging days and all that other kind of fun stuff. So we're going to bring all the Italians to the restaurant. We're going to let them talk about some of the old history there in the east side of St. Paul, east side, baby. And then, we're probably going to go down to Sweet Hollow and do a little spirit box. And if I can, I'm going to ask Fred if I can hit a couple spots inside of your Russo's as well, but that's going to be private. It's going to be, it's not a big audience thing, and it's not known to be a haunted place, and we don't promote it at that. So I just want to be very clear about that I don't want to get in trouble for also all these
No, we just want
people.
Fred to know we're not going to be dragging, nasty spirits into your building. So,
and then we're going to go to my dad's, and
now,
we're going to investigate my dad's house.
You've told me that there's some stuff going on there.
All right, so last week, before we get into these stories about our souls, my dad is a very Christian guy, very religious guy. He Roman Catholic. He still serves mass. He does host for people. He does all the body of Christ and gives people. And sometimes he has to put it in their mouth. Are you kidding me? That's gross.
Even during the pandemic?
Yeah, people are like, ugh,
Ugh. Okay.
I'm like, I'll throw it in there.
That's
I'll be like,
gross, dude.
I use the tweezers. So,
Rubber gloves.
but my dad is very open, right? We tried getting him on last week or the week before, and
He just wasn't feeling it
no,
that
he's not
day.
into this stuff.
That's
He's
fine.
not going on. He's just not in. He's one of those old stubborn Italians, right? But my dad has experiences, and it's now, mind you, understand when I say this, and Ron, we've talked about this. I have gotten some well, I don't know what you want to consider amazing because they were weird EVPs, and in my dad's house.
Yeah.
We've gotten some beautiful EVPs in my dad's house of literally people identifying themselves as family members. But my dad has these experiences. Now, understand, my dad will not exaggerate. He will not, we told you about the dog.
Yeah.
But he will not exaggerate. And one time he woke up and he looked up to his left and he said there was this guy there, kind of an older hippie looking guy that was standing right next. I'm getting chills. I'm
next
getting
to
chills.
Next to the bed, right?
No.
Oh,
This was downstairs in the
Okay.
basement. So my dad likes to go downstairs, turn on baseball games.
it
and
was
then
the
fall
dog
asleep.
that was at the end of the bed.
Yes, it was
okay,
the dog.
Sorry. Yep.
So my dad wakes up and he's always catching it in the realm state, right? And so he went through the whole thought process of I'm waking up and I'm tired, I'm going, whatever it may be. But he said he looked up and there was this tall guy with long hair just standing there watching TV, standing right next to him. Excuse me. Another instance.
Did he talk to him?
No.
Oh.
None of these ever talked to my dad. He sees them. He is seeing.
Did your dad try to talk to him?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I think he kind of goes into a panic state a
Yeah.
little bit, right? Now, if we can ever get my dad on here, he can come and talk about the multiple individuals that he has seen. But the one that really bothers my dad is this one was in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And when my dad opened his eyes, he woke up and there was an old style country, like a cowboy type of individual, literally pointing a gun right at my dad's head. Look at that.
What
Look at
in
that.
the hell does your dad dream about?
Well,
Wow.
I don't know.
Does he take sleep aid?
Nope.
Sleep
Nothing.
meds? Nothing.
He takes nothing.
Wow. That's the only time I've ever heard of anybody kind of having those kind of vivid dreams like that is because they took some kind of sleeping pill or something like that. And they thought they woke up, but they didn't.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something. I have some of the
Jeez.
craziest dreams every single night. Dreams sometimes. You ever have a dream where like you're angry for 2 days from the dream? Have you ever had
No,
that?
I can't remember my dreams.
What?
No, I can't. And I don't know if that was like childhood trauma or being deathly afraid of my nightmares, because I know I used to have nightmares. But nowadays, I don't remember. I know I dream, and I can remember them briefly right after I wake up. But after that, they just, maybe I just shoved them in the closet in the back there somewhere. But
Well, I have vivid dreams every night.
do you
And
really?
I do. And some of them are like literally just off the freaking planet. Sometimes I'm flying.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm trying to run and I can't move. Like
See, that's the thing that I remember about
Yep.
some of mine is that I'm straight, like I'm trudging through quicksand
Yep.
or something, and I'll wake up with a headache, breathing heavy. I just, and I don't know what causes that.
Is that a form of paralysis? Because
I
paralysis
don't
is
know
where
that
you
I'm
wake up, right?
paralyzed by it, but
Right.
it could be.
Now, I've had this dream, and it's nightmarish to me, even though it doesn't sound like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure it out because I've been having it since a kid. It's where there's-
Recurring dream.
Yes, and it's the same every time. And I don't know the individual. There's a being, or I don't even know if it's human, right? But it's so far away I can't identify it.
Yeah.
And they throw this little tiny red ball, and I remember in the dream it's super tiny, but when I go to catch it, it gets large into my hand, right? And then when I throw it, it shrinks in my finger, and then I throw. It's so weird, dude, because when I wake up, I'm emotionally like off. It's weird, and I've had
Holy
it.
cow,
it's-
dude.
And
Well-
I'm in space. I don't know where I'm at. Everything is black except something way down there that's throwing it, and then when I catch it, it grows.
And you don't know what's throwing.
I don't know
Okay.
what's throwing it. Who's
Well,
throwing
that
it?
kind of leads right into our first little story
What?
here.
What is it?
Got a story about physics
Oh.
suggests
Yeah.
our dreams could be glimpses into alternate dimensions. Do you see where we're going here? That's crazy, right?
Okay. Before we get into the dreams,
Yeah.
alternate dimensions. Is a doppelganger yourself in an alternate dimension? And you're just kind of crossing every once in a while? Because Lisa has seen my doppelganger
In the
probably-
house.
In the house.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll tell that story. I mean, well, the story is that she was sitting on the couch, right?
Well, one of the instances, she was sitting on the couch.
There's more than one?
Yes, Rocky and all the boys experienced it one time too. They heard me come home from work. They saw me come in the front door. Then they see me go right downstairs. They saw me.
This was in Minnesota.
This was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I'm getting chills. Look at that. And Lisa was like, what is he doing down there? And then she went down there to go get me, and I was never home. So she called me, and I was still at work. They saw me come. All of them saw it. They all saw me come in the house. They heard the door.
Hell no,
they saw the
dude.
door. And then the same thing, too. They were downstairs. Lisa was downstairs. Same thing. They heard me come in. They heard me go up the stairs. They heard me walk upstairs. They heard the floor. Boom, boom, boom. I was never there. Right? So,
What causes that? Do we know? I mean,
well,
they weren't all asleep, were they? Taking
no.
naps or anything?
They're all
No?
doing their family stuff.
Oh, hell no.
So, I don't know, Ron. When you think about that, is it you living multiple lives? Are you living in a simulation multiple times and multiple
Dude,
parallels?
we could talk about that all day long. The simulation aspect, living in the matrix, crossing over into parallel universes. I mean, these types of things intrigue the crap out of me. And this whole, God, I wish I'd seen that. I wish I had been there to see the Rocci come in and then go, oh, hell no, he's still at work.
When I was down at the Villisca X murder house,
Did they say you said anything to him
nothing.
when you
I
came in?
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's really weird because now when I went down to Villisca
Jeez,
X murder
dude.
house with a buddy of mine and two other women. I told you about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go in the attic.
Yeah.
Well, we used the barn as our staging area. Not that it was any safer or anything like that, right? But we felt safer in there. And I was in the house, in the Villisca house, and this young lady named Jennifer Milton, she saw me come out of the house. She saw me go in and come into the barn. She saw me, not an apparition. She saw it was me.
Yeah.
And she saw me go into the bathroom and shut the door. And she was waiting, and then finally she went to knock on the door to see if I was okay. The door shut, but I was never in the bathroom. And she still talks about that to this day.
Why is it that everybody's seeing you?
I don't know because I don't know a lot about
Is
the
your
doppelganger
doppelganger
thing.
trying to get the hell out of whatever dimension he's in?
There again, it could be.
That's
because
crazy.
If I saw my doppelganger, or if somebody saw my doppelganger in a whole different state, and then we try to use the referral, we try to reference, okay, it's just dimensions, right? It's you living in the simulation,
Right.
Different lives at the same time, and just somehow they just kind of cross every once in a while, right? Now, does that mean that in multiple lives I went to the Villisca Axe murder house?
Potentially.
You know what I'm saying?
I had always heard that there are is the number, and I think Jeff Harmon will refute this, but I had always heard that there are parallel universes for every decision made. And if you make a decision to do this, then somebody in a different dimension or different universe, parallel universe, chose to do it the other way, right? It's that's what I've heard, but I don't have any, written.
But
account of
the
that.
part that is like, I will call Jenny and I will have her come on the show.
Please.
Because she's
I
been
wanna hear
investigating
this.
paranormal for probably
yeah.
longer than me. And she's been to a lot of locations I have. But the part that really trips her out is the fact that she saw the bathroom door close.
Yeah.
She saw it close. She saw me go in there and it closed. Click, click. And I wasn't there. So then we reference the dreams. Parallel universes, doppelgangers, dreams. There you start bringing up subjects, brother, and then you start questioning our absolute physical reality.
Without a doubt. And, we're, how many ever hundreds of thousands of years old, I guess, the human race.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what does that. I mean, hell, we don't even know what makes you yawn, but much less dream and things like that.
Okay, so I got a question. We're going to get into this dreams, alternate dimensions, right? Now, we're also going to talk about the soul
Yeah.
when you die
Yep.
and what this author believes happens to your soul,
Correct.
right? So
Yep.
let me ask you this. Before the human being even existed on this planet,
Okay.
before we were even anything, did our souls already exist? Were they somewhere? I mean, how, if they don't ever die when we die and they just go into the universe, where do they come from?
Well, I mean, if you're a religious believer, then yeah, those souls existed and they were placed here, or we got breathed the breath of life, and the fact of the matter is what does happen to your soul, and we don't know the answer to that yet. I mean, if you're a Bible believer, then we know our soul goes to heaven, and yea, we live happily ever after in glory. But I don't know that it's difficult for my mind to kind of grasp
Right.
that.
Now,
That's
Skip the Zip said yes, Rocky.
yeah.
And then Thomas Becker said even primitive beings had souls, and absolutely.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Where was I just going to go? I can't remember what I was just going to say something.
All right, let me get through this here. Most theories touch on how there are many different worlds, universes, dimensions, or whatever you'd like to call them, each one the same as our own, but also different in some way. For instance, in another world, you might be living the same life as you are now, but perhaps politics had gone a different direction. Maybe all of the presidents that were elected here in the U.S. were opposite from how they were in our world. Maybe everything is the same, except you have different colored hair. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is people believe that there are multiple universes with multiple decision processes going on, and that you're in all of these
multiverse
concurrently. Yeah. While throughout the years, many physicists and researchers in general have been trying hard to prove the existence of this kind of thing, it has proven to be quite the task. The concept itself has not been disproven, however. Let's see. We're talking about while it is a bit much to take in, hopefully in the future we'll be able to prove things, though. Kind of crazy.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I skipped some of it.
Yep. So the question is, though,
we're all connected to these other worlds or universes.
Is it ever provable?
And you probably can communicate through dreams.
When Harmon was on last, he talked about the different levels, the different tiers, all the way up to the God level or however he referenced it, right? And in this level, there was 29. How did he explain that? They're like 29.
There's 49
or 49 worlds, or
I don't know what that level is, but in each one of those, there's 49 universes.
Correct. So Are those parallel, or are they different universes?
I have no idea. I mean, but then you got to think that, what's that number? I'm not quick with math off the top of my head, but
49 times 49 times 49 times 49.
Exactly.
I mean, so we're talking like multiple universes all within one simulated universe, right? Like bubbles within bubbles. Now, when Don's mother-in-law passed away, he witnessed that with his physical eye, right? So does that, what he saw, they saw a room fill up with light. And I'm not saying Don is Mr. like pro-believing and all this stuff. He's extremely skeptical. So if Don Newen ever came up to you and I and shared a story, damn well he ain't doing nothing to make that up.
He completely believes what he's telling you.
100%.
He lived it 100%.
Yep.
Deja vu, peculiar dreams. It says we're all connected to these other worlds or universes. Each one might be separate from our own, but it has been suggested time and time again that when we experience things like deja vu or peculiar dreams, we are getting a glimpse into one of these other worlds.
Deja vu.
Deja vu kills me, dude.
Now, do you believe that's a psychic ability, or do you think that
Deja
is
vu?
A crossing of
I think it's a glitch in the freaking Matrix, baby.
Bro.
Yeah, that's what that is. Deja vu.
That was really smooth how you did that when you were reading.
What?
Turn his
It
ass
was
back
really smooth
around.
how I caught you out the corner of my eye, turning him around. Yeah, so I mean, dreams. I wish I knew more about it. And there are a lot of people out there who do know more about dreams.
Do you think dreams possess answers?
Oh man,
Answers of who we are.
That's a tough question.
It is a tough question. Now you can hear a psychologist try to break down the meaning of dreams. Like in life, we have, let's say, social anxiety, or we have some kind of condition, or we're afraid of something, or we had a traumatic experience in a relationship, and then they say you go in and you dream. It bothers me that science keeps human beings capsulated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It keeps us within this capsule.
It keeps us from expanding our minds. I mean, the scientists out there, they want it to be explainable by science. Boom. And, I get asked all the time, do you believe the science? Man, I've been asked that more in the last year and a half than I've ever had. Do you believe the science? Well, yeah. I mean, if the science can prove it out, yes. However, science doesn't always prove something out, and you have to do what's called a hypothesis. When you come up with a hypothesis, then you're assuming, or you're calculating, or you're trying to figure out what the answer is based on all of the knowledge that you have. That's how astrophysics works.
Yep.
It's all pretty much a hypothesis.
Yeah. Just like religion.
Wow, dude. Okay. That's a whole different show.
Dude, I got a lot of things going through my brain right now, and while you were talking, I had to really debate with myself whether to even bring it up, and I just don't want to bring it up right now.
All right, well, we'll bring it up.
But it's
maybe
going to be
time.
a future show, but we need to expand the realities of our mind by unindoctrinating everything that we're taught. The reality of the fact that a bunch of ones and zeros absolutely explain our reality, which I believe that it does not. But anyways, abnormal
we've got
freaking realities.
Yeah, abnormalrealities.com. Hey, we've got several things we're going to talk about in the next segment.
Like what?
We're going to come back with our segment called
What
the hell is that?
that?
Touching me, dude. We're also going to talk about whether the soul dies or not, or whether it just goes back to the universe.
Or reincarnates.
Oh, I don't
Son of a
yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
There we go.
Then we've got a couple of videos we want to show you. And we're going to talk about the conspiracy chart. I threw this out at Rocky today.
You
it was kind of
guys
funny.
are in trouble. Abnormal Realities, folks. Abnormalrealities.com. Do not forget, get on over to Spreaker, subscribe, find us on iTunes, iHeart, every single major podcast platform, because we love you. Ron Phillips, take us home.
Hey, guys, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll see you in a second. At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion, or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com, or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design, and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Abnormal realities.
All right. Effective radiation on testicles between 1963 and 1973, which was the year I was born. Dozens of Washington and Oregon prison inmates were used as test subjects in an experiment designed to test the effects of radiation on testicles. In most cases, subjects were zapped with over 400 rads of radiation, which is the equivalent of 2,400 chest x-rays.
They were zapped with over 400 rads in their nads. Right there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I got chills.
It just came to me right there.
Rads in the nads. Rads in the nad, baby. Come on. What?
I couldn't help myself.
It registered in Ron, and you saw him go with it.
Abnormal realities.
Sometimes I scare myself. I'm so good.
With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern. Mojo 50.
Yeah, we're back. Did I scare you? Abnormal realities. Welcome back, folks. My name is Ron Phillips. That's Rocci Stucci. This is Petey. Turn the other way.
Damn
it.
Dude, you could have broke his neck.
I love doing our promos. They're fun.
That was funny as hell. Yeah, you did. What was it? What was it?
400 rads to the nads.
400 rad, and they're like, "Well, yeah, you just went there, bro. I got chills on my nads with 400 rads."
Oh my god.
Yeah,
hey,
you
we're
did.
gonna talk about this conspiracy chart real quick.
Yeah, you guys are in trouble.
You're in trouble. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Then we're gonna blow it up a little bit
Check
so
it
you
out,
can actually
check it
read
out.
it. But this is what we know as a conspiracy chart.
Yep.
The bottom of it there, as it gets smaller, is grounded in reality, of course. And then as you go taller, it gets wider, and
You're
that's
more screwed.
detached from
Yep.
reality.
Yeah, that means you are just.
So let's look at the top up there.
Whack-a-daddle-doo.
Yeah. What's the top?
Oh.
The anti-Semitic point of no return.
Oh. Okay.
It says world ruled by supreme shadow elites. Once you believe one, you usually believe most. Get help.
Flat earthers.
So what's up in that area? Elders of Zion,
Dude,
flat earthers.
I've actually met a guy who was
Pizzagate.
he was
Oh,
a Holocaust denier.
What?
I've actually met a freaking guy who didn't believe the Holocaust actually existed. First time I've ever met a conspiracy theorist that I actually wanted to freaking slap.
Wow.
He
It's
debated.
well, but then again you meet flat earthers too.
Yeah, but that's way different comparison.
I know,
than-
I get that. But all right, what else is up there? Illuminati?
Okay, which ones are debatable though? Sandy
Apparently
Hook.
none of those.
I don't want to talk about it though because we'll get taken down.
Subliminal messages from the ruling class on children's TV.
Nazis on the moon, Hollow Earth,
Deep state, white genocide.
Obama birth certificate fake.
Yeah.
Mars slave call. Yeah, let's bring a bunch of slaves to Mars and just keep them up there and have them shovel rocks.
Where are you seeing that?
It's where did I see that?
Up here? That's
Yeah.
where we're at. Right?
Yeah, we're at the
Okay.
Where is it? I just saw it. It's right by Obama somewhere.
I don't know.
Sandy Hook. Subliminal
Yeah.
messages from ruling class on children's TV. That's bullshit.
The moon landing fake. Okay. So once you believe one, you typically believe them all.
Dude.
The next level down.
Wait a minute though.
Yeah.
You know damn well that there's subliminal messages in kids' cartoons.
Oh, there's no question.
Well, then why is it in the wackadoodle category?
Exactly. I don't know.
We got a lot of people
I
that
don't-
are QAnon followers.
No, I agree. I don't agree with everything in the wackadoodle column.
Elders of Zion. What is that?
I don't know. The next level down means
hell is that?
you're a science denier.
You know, Scotty does believe in the reptilian
jet fuel
overlords.
doesn't melt steel beams.
It doesn't.
That's 9/11.
It doesn't.
It does not.
It does
Okay,
not.
all right.
It bends it, but it doesn't
I got
melt it.
you. Let's see. 5G, essential oils,
Chemtrails.
cure all
Are
illnesses.
you kidding me?
Why is chemtrails in there? Because I know that's a thing, right?
It is a thing.
It says dangerous to yourself and others if you believe stuff in this level. I don't believe that.
No. Okay. All right. So let's look what we talked about yesterday in regards to different propaganda throughout history and what they did to the human beings, human minds, human studies. Chemtrails, and they don't use that term. It's atmospheric injections is
Okay.
what they're doing.
Okay.
CIA. I will find the freaking video right now where Brennan talks about it. He talks about the budget the CIA gets. The CIA. Don't ask me why the CIA is involved in this. This is what they
There
do.
are videos that where they talk about the fact that this happens. There's no question.
Prove me wrong. Seriously, prove me wrong. They are injecting our atmosphere with bits of barium and aluminum to deflect the sun to control global warming. It's a real thing. Bill Gates is involved in it.
I think you're a science denier, Rob.
Dude, I am not. I am pro-science, but I pro-question everything.
All right. So the next level down, unequivocally false, but mostly
Soy boys.
was that mostly harmless. Okay, this is leaving reality. Avril Lavigne replaced, whatever. Elvis still alive. What?
He might be.
Look, aliens built Stonehenge. What's wrong with that?
Bigfoot. Hello.
Bigfoot's in the leaving reality.
Well, that's why we're here.
It says, but mostly harmless, right? I don't know. Loch Ness Monster, cryptids.
Crop circles. I do believe that the aliens may have played a part in Stonehenge.
Okay. I can't disagree with that.
alien abduction. Are you freaking kidding me?
What's funny though is they've got alien abduction up here, but if you look at the next level down, which is speculation line, right?
Yeah.
It says we have questions. What's up there? Big bold letters.
Yep.
UFOs, Roswell.
Yep.
Okay, so we have questions. But why, if you've got UFOs here, Area 51, Roswell, can alien abductions not be up there?
Oh, don't get me going. Don't get me going on that one big bold one.
Epstein didn't kill
Oh,
himself.
I wasn't going to say it.
It's
You
all right.
said it.
No, it's fine.
Because he did. Princess Diana. Oh, no, wait a minute.
What's the deal with Denver
No,
International
he didn't.
Airport?
He didn't. Oh, what?
Yeah. It says we have questions, Denver International Airport. What is
Oh,
that?
dude, that's all the tunnels underneath the airport.
what?
They're saying there's tunnels that go from the Denver airport all the way to Washington, D.C. They're saying that there's crafts down there. There's a guy that actually came forward to speak, and he opened his shirt, and he pulled up his fingers, and he said when he went down into these caves that there was aliens down there working for the U.S. government, and they shot at him with this laser beamy thingy, and it literally sliced him. No joke. You can find the video. He seriously, and he was believable. And so his fingers, and she said,
What do I search? Alien slice my.
aliens underneath the Denver airport.
Okay, yeah, I've never even heard that. I'm going to go
Yep.
check that out.
Oh, I heard
All
it.
right, let's get back to it.
So when the Denver airport was first built, they had to take down a bunch of their art
Yeah.
because they had some creepy ass art inside their airport that really was disturbing. No bullshit. I swear to God, over my life, dude.
That just meant that whoever designed or.
was a creep that worked with aliens that were underneath the airport in the tunnels.
Okay, so
All right.
that's all says we have questions. Now here's
Princess Diana.
things that actually happened down in the bottom.
All right.
COINTELPRO, I don't even know what that is. Operation
dude.
Mockingbird. There's MK Ultra.
Yep.
We talked about last night. The Bohemian Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's a real
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I
a
knew
real
that
thing.
was.
Tuskegee.
FBI spied on John Lennon.
Sure did. Dude, we talked about most of that last night. We are professional.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's the conspiracy chart. Let's see. This is what it looks like in full screen.
But Princess Diana,
Boom. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was a hit job.
Princess Diana.
Yeah, people can say what they want about it.
Yeah.
That was a hit job. And we have friends, right? We know people.
Yeah.
That was a hit. I wish she was still alive.
I wish she was.
I
too.
thought she
That'd
was
be
a
great.
wonderful woman.
She was very compassionate, I think. I still remember when she died. That was that? I don't remember what date. Maybe it was, I remember when they got married, but I think it was 1997.
Oh, Steph Cuervo Queen said there are tunnels. They showed it on America's Book of Secrets. I used to watch that show, Steph.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go do some research on the Denver International Airport. I've been there several times. Never even heard about that. All right. You ready for the, what the hell is that?
Ready.
Okay.
Ready?
This is our segment called What the hell is that?
Son of a what?
All right, these guys it looks like they're just driving down the street, going to check out this old abandoned house. Keep an eye on the windows once they put the light on. The window to the right of the door.
Holy Go.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Hell no. Hell no. All right, I've got another version of that, which is a little bit more up close version. What do you see in the window at the very last second there? Check this out. Okay, here we go. There's the light. See, nothing in that window to the right of the door. Nothing. Nothing is there. Could it be? Nothing in there. Nothing there. All right, here we go. Coming back to it. Wire. Right. Boom.
Holy
Oh, I got chills.
Go,
I know-
go, 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 go.
Oh, and he even turned his head.
Yeah, I know. I'm
He
going to go
started
back.
moving.
I'm going to go back.
Oh my God! Look at my arms.
I'm going to go back and see if I can catch that.
There it is.
What?
That's when he started turning his head, or her,
What
Look
the
at-
hell is that?
dude.
All right, let's watch it again real quick.
Holy
Go, 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 go,
Oh,
go, go, go.
He starts
no.
moving.
Hell no.
Oh my God.
Hell no.
Oh,
Hell no.
my God. He starts moving. I got freaking.
If that, oh,
Look at my
please.
arms.
I don't want that to happen to me while we're in the Hill House or something.
All right.
Hell no.
Hell.
Ugh. Okay.
All right. So now, if that was because it could have
Freaky
been a
weird,
real
dude.
child, right? But I'm not feeling it is.
But
And
why?
if
That
it-
house was dark as shit
Yep.
when they drove up.
Bad parenting.
What? Oh, okay.
But no, I honestly, I think that was like legitimate.
Homeless person got up when they saw the lights or something.
That was a
maybe?
kid.
It was a kid.
Shame on them if it was real. I don't know, man. I just got,
Hey,
I don't know. You know, when my arms stand up, that's like telling me Rocky, your psychic senses. You know what I mean? Ron, do a screen share real quick.
I don't think I can.
No?
Yeah, I tried to do it a while ago.
Oh, I thought I connected. Oh,
No.
no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll
All
do
right.
it at another time. I just pulled up a picture really quick of the tunnels that are underneath.
Oh, I think I've got you now. Let's see.
No.
No.
We'll do it next. No, we'll do a show on it. We'll bring it up and we'll get some pictures. I actually have pictures here of the tunnels underneath the airport. Now, again, everything's speculation on what you think it is or what it's for, but they are a real thing. If there's aliens down there or if it's for government programs, they have facilities throughout the United States that are
Yeah,
bomb
but what do they
shelters.
use them for? I mean,
That's a
this
good
pictures
question.
that you're showing, that looks like a walking tunnel there, but there was another one where it had two
Vehicles.
lanes of traffic.
Yep. So could it be like military vehicles there? I mean, it looks like you're at the airport or something. That's inside the tunnels. They have
Wow.
stop signs in there. Now, we do have shelters that now, if there was a catastrophic, like an asteroid that came to this planet,
Okay.
there are special selected people that have like doctors,
Yeah.
scientists, people that grow stuff, right? They all have a special ticket to go there, and they are cities within mountains. They have, there's roads and there's signs and there's living quarters and for the special people, not us.
We're not the chosen ones.
No.
I mean, I'm sure that they have a list of people that they choose, and it's an ongoing list, who are going to hopefully be saved so that they could carry on the human race. I
I
get that.
did fill out an application once because
To go
they-
to Mars?
Well, no, they had.
Dude, I would have done that.
They had openings for breeders, and even though I had a vasectomy, I still filled the application out. I didn't get hired, or
You
I
think?
wasn't chosen.
Okay.
But I didn't tell them that. I
All
lied.
right. Yeah, I can understand.
I says
that.
I make babies.
I make babies.
Yeah, I do.
I make babies.
I make babies.
So does your soul die
No.
with you? When you pass away, does your soul die with you? Well, according to scientists, the soul does not die. It goes back to the universe. It's kind of a weird little deal. According to the explanations of scientists, the human brain could be like a biological computer. And also that human consciousness is a process which runs like a quantum computer located inside the brain. The next thrilling thing is that, as experts explain, the human soul comes back to the universe and it doesn't die. Interesting. The soul is maintained in microtubules of brain cells, according to an American physicist and emeritus at the Department of Anesthesiology and Psychology, Dr. Stuart Hameroff, and mathematical physicist at Oxford University, Sir Roger Penrose. As for them, this process is named as orchestrated objective reduction. The theory indicates that even the human is, quote, clinically dead, even if the human is, quote, clinically dead, the microtubules in the brain lose their quantum state, but at the same time, it can withhold the memory inside the brain.
Interesting.
If the patient is resuscitated, revived, this quantum information can go back into the microtubules, and the patient says, quote, I had a near-death experience. If they're not revived and the patient dies, it's possible that this quantum information can exist outside the body, perhaps indefinitely as a soul. Human souls are much more than the soul, quote, interactions of neurons in the human brain. This theory illustrates that these souls could have stood since the very beginning of time. That's, wow.
All right. So when people are clinically dead in a hospital and they're on a life support system,
Yeah.
are their souls already gone? And if they come back to life, they're saying that somehow something triggers in the brain, and then
Yeah,
you
and
remember things again.
we
Your
haven't
memory
had
comes back.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody on the show that's had an NDE, near-death experience.
Audrey did.
But I want to. Well, we haven't had her on the show
No, we haven't.
to talk about that specifically,
right.
and she may not want to. I don't know.
Maybe she
But
won't.
we need to find somebody who wants to talk about it, and bring them on the show and let us ask them questions. I mean, again, it's intriguing to me, these types of things.
Well, it bothers me though that they always want to
It's
try
hard
to
to
come
fathom,
up.
right?
Well, kind of, but kind of not at the same time. It just depends because we're open to we're open to the conversation. So it's not as hard for us to fathom compared to somebody who's like an atheist who believe that when you die you just rot and that's you nothing. It's gone. It's just blackout. But you hear some of these NDE stories where people's soul has left their body. Alex Tannis, he said it all the time. Alex 1, Alex 2, his spiritual being leaves his body and it has intelligence to it. But the question to me though is that could your soul get pulled back in, or does your soul not leave until your body is completely done? Right. But I had an experience when I didn't have it, but it was the opposite experience to where my grandma was in the hospital. And I may have shared this with you. And it still kind of haunts me to this day. They told us that she was at that state, that she was just a body that was being kept alive because of the machines.
The machines, yeah.
Right. And
no brain activity.
no brain activity. Well, that's what they said. This is what the scientists, the same people who say that there's no such thing as NDEs, there's no such thing as your body leaving, even though there are some phenomenal stories out there that can prove otherwise, right? But the equation doesn't match up. But they told us her grandma was dead, and they were talking about this with us in the room right at the feet of my grandmother while she was in the bed being kept alive by a machine. And so we went and we made the decision. We made the decision to say it's time, right?
Yeah.
The hardest decision for anybody to ever make, period, right? Because you have the physical person there. And it's weird how much you appreciate holding their hand so much more when you know you can't see them again. And why can't we do that when they're not in that position?
Right.
But anyways, I'm holding my grandmother's hand.
This is the unplug them from the machines.
This, yes.
Conversation.
So everybody left the room. I was in the room alone with my grandmother, and I was holding her right hand. She was laying in the bed. I was on her right side. And I was holding her right hand. And I grabbed her fingers, and I, how we do it, and we just kind of tucked her hand in. And I was talking with her, and because I felt incredibly horrible, like anybody would in a situation like this. And I says, Grandma, we are going to send you to go be with Grandpa now. And it's like in my heart, I knew she could hear me.
Mm-hmm.
And right when I said that, she squeezed my hand hard as hell. And I freaked out a little bit. I'm like, okay, was that neurological? Well, because, the doctors who have all the answers in the world told us she was brain dead.
Yeah.
Because those machines said she was brain dead because we depend on that technology. So it freaked me out. So I says, Grandma, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand 2 times. Boom, boom. She squeezed it 2 times. I bring everybody into the room. I bring my mom into the room. I'm like, Mom, grab Grandma's hand. Grab Grandma's hand. I grab my mother's hand. I put my mom was freaking out already just because I told her the story.
Yeah.
She did it. I says, Grandma, Maya is my mom's real name, Maya, is holding your hand. If you want us to know that you can hear us, squeeze my mom's hand 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And then the 3rd time, she was squeezing my mom's hand and was shaking like that. Because internally.
Oh my God, dude.
Yep. Internally, my grandma was still alive.
She was not ready to go.
Look at that.
She was not ready for you guys to pull the plugs. Holy crap.
I bring the doctor into the room. And I told the doctor, I go, my grandma is not brain dead. I don't give a rat's effing ass what that monitor says right now.
Yeah.
I don't care what anything says. My grandma is answering intelligently to the questions we're asking. That is not brain dead. And I said, we just had a conversation in front of my grandma about killing her. We sat there for 20 minutes with medical staff talking about killing my grandmother, overdosing her on morphine so you can kill her so you can open up your damn bed. She heard the whole thing. She heard it. And we talked about it with her.
What was their response?
Grab that punk ass doctor, and I brought her over to my grandma's side. I put the doctor's hand in my grandmother's hand. I'm like, Grandma, the doctor is holding your hand. She needs to feel you. She needs to know that you can hear her. I said, 4 times, Grandma, squeeze her hand. I needed specific numbers, not just one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the doctor's face absolutely dropped. But the doctor would never acknowledge, no matter how many times
that they
I did
effed
that.
up.
It wouldn't acknowledge that my grandma was even coherent. I'm like,
no.
my grandmother just squeezed your hands as many times as you wanted me to ask her to do it. I picked up a chair and I almost hit her over the head. The doctor. I got kicked out of the hospital because I was so upset that they talked about killing my grandmother,
Come on,
and
dude.
she heard the whole conversation. Now, if that doctor believed there was a soul, that doctor would have believed that soul's already out of the body, but that soul did not leave the body because that body was still alive. And that pisses me off to this day, and it still haunts me.
I get that. I can understand that, and it would haunt me and piss me off as well. You have to tell us, though, what happened from that point.
They pulled it.
Did they really?
They pulled it. And
Was the family okay with this?
No, nobody was. But it was a medical thing, and medically she was dead, and whatever laws and legalities that were supporting this allowed the hospital to do it. At first, they wanted to starve my grandma to death.
Come on,
They just wanted to
dude.
pull her feeding tubes and let her sit there for 9 effing days and let her starve to death and die. You know, because that's more humane than just putting a little morphine in somebody's blood and overdosing them. I don't know, you know. And that created major controversy and spiritually challenging situations for everybody in my family.
Especially those that were there that experienced the hand, squeezing and, come on, dude. I don't know how you didn't lose your shit.
Dude, I did.
And come back in the hospital. I don't know.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine, dude?
Come on.
I don't mean to reference it like this, but I got to create, folks, pick somebody that you cherish, right? Your mom, your wife, my wife, your parents, your husbands, whoever it may be. And you're staring at them in a bed. And the doctor, who we trust, right? Medicine, science, trust the science, right? That's what we hear every single day of our life. Trust the damn science. That person that we trusted in the care of my grandmother told us she was dead and that we need to kill her. She was brain dead. She will never recover.
In the presence of your grandmother.
She heard everything we talked about. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. We don't want to see her suffer. It's the right thing to do.
Oh.
And when I will never forget,
dude,
when my grandma was holding my hand and she was shaking because she was she was internally screaming that she was not dead, that she did not want to die, that she did not want us to sit there and effing overdose her on morphine to kill her. Imagine watching that person die knowing that they know what you're doing.
That weighs heavy on the heart, doesn't it? Wow.
That haunts me to this day.
I can imagine. I can imagine. And your mom, how's she doing?
Haunts everybody in my
I'm
family.
sure it does.
I mean, my mom and my grandma were extremely close. They came from Germany, and my mom almost died. And, back in those days, as an immigrant in this country, we know that they had a very tough experience growing up. So when they grew up, they didn't have a lot of friends. They were them.
Yeah.
It was my mom and her sister and their 3 brothers. My grandpa and my grandma never complained once. Worked their asses off because my grandpa didn't care about himself and my grandma didn't care about herself. They wanted to make sure that when they took their last breath, that they knew that their kids were established in a safe country. That's all my grandpa ever cared about. And that same person that was your hero, heard you talk about that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You believe you're doing the right thing because you're listening to professionals in the field.
You're listening to people who are supposed to be professionals,
So
who you expect know what they're talking about, have had education and training to get to where they are.
If I was in that
You have to put,
situation,
you're required to put your trust in them. That's the thing.
my trust these days for the medical industry isn't just because it's something I choose or because I listen to some news station.
Yeah.
It's because of life experiences and research of even things we talked about yesterday. Human beings are cruel animals.
They are.
We always have been. We always will be. And the only thing that keeps the savages at bay is people like us. People like us that are willing to fight back against that.
Without a doubt. I mean, look, you can go out to Twitter right now and just look at the responses to something that's negative or even somebody's positive response. You've got trolls. You've got people out there who sit behind their keyboard and don't do anything but type bullshit just to see if they can get a rise out of somebody. It's asinine. Asinine.
Yeah. And people deal with that every day.
Every day.
Yep.
I mean, and look, I didn't used to think that the bullying thing was bad in schools, but man, did we get off of paranormal or what?
Well, this is paranormal.
Well, that is, but I got off of it.
So, and I hope my grandma, and I have this weird thing, right? My grandma has never come through. We never heard from her spiritually.
Yeah.
When we have done a lot of work, we've got my grandfather, we've got my Aunt Cindy. We got a million stories of these beautiful experiences we've had on a spiritual aspect or communication. And I worry even to this day that my grandma is still in this place where she's not happy. She's not happy with how she died. That she still had life in her. She was in great shape. She was such a fun woman. She was a chronic diabetic. She would have one beer and just be wasted. And it was the funniest thing that you would ever see, right? But I think that, and I worry about that, and I think about it all the time. And I talk to her through my mind, and I hope she hears me then, and I hope she hears me now. And I couldn't say enough how sorry, you are for doing that, right?
The fact that you've, apologized, my guess is that made peace between you and your grandmother because you tried, right? But did you have to have the conversation in front of her? At the time, you didn't know not to. It's not your fault, and it's not your family's fault. But the bottom line is at some point, your grandmother was at a stage in her death process that she could still hear and she could still react, but evidently something wasn't working. Because how long had she been in that state?
About 2 weeks. And,
Okay.
and the chances are,
Had she moved at all?
no,
Had she? Yeah,
that was the first movement, but
Yeah.
it was movement.
it was moving.
You know what I'm saying? But and in my heart, I just hope that the reality is that was it.
Yeah,
That she would have never progressed any more than that. She would have never been able to get up and walk
Right.
and do those
Right.
things. So anyways, hey man, sorry folks, abnormal reality.
Hey man, that's the way the show goes. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for. That was a very cool story, a very sad story, but it was interesting to see the anger come out of you
well,
because of all of that. It's a story I had never heard you say before or tell.
appreciate
crazy.
life, folks. Appreciate
Appreciate
every
it.
single breath you take. Those aren't just words. That is a reality. We can sit around a campfire sometime and tell stories, but I guarantee you I appreciate people like Ron Phillips, all of you, my family, people that support us, that love us, and people that do the best they can at life. Ron Phillips, take us home, brother.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please be sure to share the show. Win that t-shirt. RomikaDesigns.com, abnormalrealities.com. That's where you can find us. We will see you guys tomorrow night.